AskR did by Sexy Maya. What massively improved your mental health? Sleep. 1. Sleep. 2. No alcohol, which allowed for better sleep among other things. 3. Cut down on the caffeine, which again allowed for better sleep among other things. Learning to say no, let go and stop sweating the small stuff. Also knowing that if somebody has a problem with me, it's their problem. How do you stop sweating the small ones? I have a bad habit of ruminating. Edit. A big thank you to everyone who replied. Some great tips here. It sounds silly, but after seeing a lot of hate and trolling on the internet, it's amazing to see genuine help. Got a good psychiatrist who tested me for everything and found out I needed prescription strength vitamin D capsules that I take weekly, and I need to give myself vitamin B shots bi-weekly. I cried so hard for days because I suddenly had energy and could think straight. I had been deficient for 2 decades because my gastro doc never tested me for deficiencies after multiple bowel resections due to Crohn's. But my psych caught it and changed my life. I should also add that I still take plenty of psych meds. It didn't cure me, but made me so much more functional. Putting a stop to my social media use and substituting reading for my time spent there with books. I have completed 6 books since the beginning of January. It makes me feel really good about myself. Having access to Libby and Hoopla through my public library helped a lot with this. Sometimes I snap out of my scrolling and think, why am I watching someone react to tasting a taco? Why am I spending my life on this ish? And I can just exit and go back into a book. Knowing it's okay to leave some people behind. And knowing it's okay to be left behind. It sucks at how well it works. I used to hate my mom telling me that exercise would reduce my depression, but she was absolutely right. The issue is that when you're really depressed, it's the last thing you feel like doing. But nothing else has as much of a positive effect on my mental state as regular exercise. How long did it take you to feel better? I've started to do cardio at least every other day for 45 minutes like 2 months ago. The bad thoughts stop for a while during and after workout, but I still feel bad most of the time. I would say going for regular walks has improved my mental health a ton. I agree. It's so comforting to know you can always just hop for a walk anytime you're feeling a little stressed. For me, I just know when I need to process some thoughts. It's a great way. Cardio for at least 30 minutes, preferably in sunlight or at least outdoors, 5 or more times a week. Bike rides, jogging, and Beat Saber did the trick for me. Having a non-toxic job. I got bullied for as long as I can remember at school, home and work. My current job is the best paying and least stressful thing I've ever experienced. I've been able to de-stress for the first time. I don't worry about work on my days off, and I'm even becoming able to stand up for myself instead of locking up. No amount of self-care worked until I actually got to experience it. Getting out from abusive relationship. I thought I had postpartum depression. Turns out it was a normal reaction to being abused emotionally. Practicing gratitude deliberately. I began thinking of 3 distinct things I was thankful for every night before falling asleep. I didn't even write them down, just took 5 seconds to reflect. 3 things, but no generic friends formula for repeated answers. Simply doing this every night for several months completely changed my mood. I suffer from mental illness, so I really hate our thanks and cured type stuff, but in combination with real treatment, practicing gratitude is scientifically well established as a mood booster, and I was shocked by what a huge difference it made. Good intuition to do it at night before bed. BC whatever you think of before sleep dictates your sleep state and the mood you wake up in, which sets the tone for the next day. Ditching my old friends who didn't take me seriously after a tragedy. I am no longer going to try be relatable and kind. If you treat me like shit, you're out of my life and are dead to me. Yes, I did the same after not getting any support when my dad died. I too took the high road with people that don't treat me with respect after being so nice to them. Now if you don't respect me, then I can't respect you either. Sadly, people are only interested in others if it can benefit them in some way. Stopped lying to myself and others, accepted myself for who I was. Radical acceptance can be very healing. Radical honesty can also help if that's interesting to you. Pets. 100%. My pets have helped me more times than I can count. I've been blessed to have a pet with me through most joys and sorrows. Getting more money. Yep. All the other things like sleeping more, having time to exercise, stopping drinking, they all came once I got enough for my family to live well. We aren't wealthy, but we have enough now not to stress over money, and all of a sudden once that happens, everything else comes too. Swapping social media and instant streaming music for vinyl records. It slows me down mentally, gives me the peace of mind to actually listen and forget life outside for a little. Strangely therapeutic. I got a cat. He sits with me. I'll rant and say all kinds of stuff to him and he just sits there like, go ahead and get that off your chest, man. Life gets lonely, especially if you don't have family, a partner, kids. It makes life a little easier. The unconditional love of an animal has lifted me out of some pretty dark places. Getting diagnosed with cancer. Seriously. The stresses of life become almost laughable when faced with oblivion. Edit. Thanks for the kind words, y'all. I start chemo for the first time today at noon, thus beginning the war of attrition over my body. Removed myself from all social media, except Reddit, which I consider social media light, and quit caring about other people's opinions of me. It is the anonymity of the whole thing that is the ultimate flaw of the others. Not drinking, going to therapy, lots of self-honesty. Quit alcohol, quit destructive relationships, friends, family, partner, got help, took medication regularly, exercises every day, journaled every day. Life changed significantly. Just quit drinking a month ago and it blows my mind how much sharper I mentally feel. No more hangovers, anxiety, and I'm much more energetic. Working out. Finding a job I don't really care about. I go to work, do my job and go home. The pointlessness of the job keeps it in perspective, so I don't stress about it. Prozac. It's okay to use meds. Alternatively, going off meds. I went off birth control until I am actually a happy person. Got my tubes tight and even thought I think life is objectively harder since I got myself fixed. I am still so much happier than I was while on my arena. Taking magnesium glycinate at night before bed has a significant effect on my daily anxiety levels. Therapy. I planned my suicide and decided it was time to go. The first visit was like an elephant off my shoulders. I was sad it had taken me wanting to kill myself to seek help. But I was going in the right direction. I feel like being Hispanic, I was programmed to keep it in. Not share my feelings. It's not like that anymore. Although my father sees my going to a therapist as a weakness, it's truly such a strength. Vitamin D. Actual vitamin D, or like the euphemism? Meeting my now wife. Working from home and not commuting daily. Yoga, meditation. Daily walks around the neighborhood even if for 10 minutes. Realizing a better work-life balance. Not everything can get done that is requested by the deadline. Having lots of money helps in any circumstances. Literally, money is the root of stress for so many people, even if it's in a roundabout way, like someone being stressed about work or their work-life balance, which wouldn't be an issue if you didn't need to work, or at least not work as often. in the first place? Getting a cat. Then 2 cats. So, 3 cats? Getting rid of Facebook, reducing the amount of time I spend on social media in general. Hybrid work. I didn't really realize how much commuting and constant office nonsense was messing with my mental health until the pandemic. Unfortunately, my employer went back to full-time RTO, and my mental health has been spiraling since. Hopefully, I will find a new job soon. I have ADHD and always struggled in the traditional 9-5 office setting. Hybrid literally changed my life. Being able to adjust when and where I work depending on my body's needs means everything. If I can't control it, I shouldn't worry about it. Practicing gratitude. THC. Leaving a high-demand religion. Bedtime routine even on weekends when applicable. No phone 2 hours before bed. Drink all the water although nothing after 7:30 p.m. Sober from alcohol almost 8 months. Work out every day. Weights 4 days a week. Cardio after weights 2 days a week. Body mobility yoga every day 30 minutes every morning and 30 minutes before bed. 5:30 a.m. wake up. Always have a library card. Reading is so important and fun. Passing that along to my almost 3-year-old. Remove myself from situations that do not bring me happiness or make my anxiety worse. Not just any sleep. High quality sleep. Getting sober. Getting a dog. Great companionship. Forced to go out walking every day plus she's fun to hang out with. All these things help me a lot. A good sleep schedule. Active self-care, showers, skincare, dental care, hair care. Exercising. For me it was going to the gym and lifting and running. 30 minutes of daylight a day. I usually do it in the first hour I wake up. Scheduling and planning. Staying busy but also leaving time for myself. Giving myself purpose through work and school. Not giving a fuck about shit that doesn't affect your life. Deleting Instagram. Deleting most forms of social media. It's not normal to see that much about other people's lives, and whether it was conscious or not I wound up comparing myself to them or trying to be more like random celebrities or people I thought were doing well. Also, I spend less time on my phone now, which had forced me to pick up hobbies, and that's been great. I invest my time and energy into things that make me happy. It's more effort than simply scrolling on social media when bored, but it pays off in the long run. Working out, staying sober. Keeping away from toxic people. It gets rid of the negativity and stress. Moving out of my parents' house. Exercise. Exercise is an awesome mental health booster. Being single. Deleting social media. I only use Reddit and YouTube now. Got rid of Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. A couple of observations since I deleted them. People are nicer on this app, and we're all pretty anonymous strangers. I don't miss seeing acquaintances' updates. It's like I never really cared in the first place and genuinely didn't need them in my life via some digital portal.